All right, now the title of today's video says it all. Okay, never watch TV with a woman. If you are dating a woman, this is going to destroy your attraction. When I woke up this morning, I was thinking about this for a second because what's very important is masculine and feminine energy and understanding the differences between the two. And what you're going to notice is when you watch TV with a woman, you are slowly floating into leisure. You are slowly floating into passiveness, and you are slowly being emasculated without even realizing it. All because you have now turned into a spectator. So I have 2 full pages of notes to explain this concept to you. And I think this is going to be some of my best material because this right here will make you just stop and think about previous mistakes you've probably made in your dating life and how you can make sure to never do this ever again. So stick with me because this is going to be an amazing video. Now, inside of my community, one of the guys goes, "This community is a godsend." He goes, "The principles in language of women and the support of members of this community have truly transformed me. My masculinity has been realigned to what God intended." When I read that, I thought that was very powerful. That's amazing. I love hearing things like that. So because I've been helping guys learn, understand, and master the language of women, I know that I can help you too, because I created this exact step-by-step process that you can just copy-paste into your dating life and use. And I really made this whole process for a specific reason. What I'm going to show you is how to make sure, or how to have the tools necessary to help you make sure that the woman that you genuinely want in that relationship does not want to leave you. There's certain things a man has to understand. There's certain things a man has to do. And I call this entire process the language of women. And I want you to go and check that out after today's video is over. So be sure to do that. Okay, so let's start at the top from the title. Never watch TV with a woman. So what I'm going to do right now as I talk to you is I'm going to just say a few words, okay? And hopefully one of them sticks, where you understand and you go, aha, that makes sense. I probably should not be doing this. Words like routine, passiveness, sitting, stagnant, stagnation. Think about that for a second. You're laying down or you're sitting on the couch, stagnant and passive. The funniest thing about this is the screen is just a screen. If you took that screen off the wall, you would literally be staring at the wall. You would be staring at dried paint. Think about that for a second. Routine, passiveness, sitting, stagnant, stagnation. This goes for almost all forms of entertainment. Almost all forms of entertainment that you can think of: TV, television, movies, spectator sports. You are watching a different man or somebody on the screen captivate and have your attention. Your job as the man is to be that active energy. And when you sit in that passiveness, it removes you from the things that actually makes you masculine in the first place. So this goes for almost all forms of entertainment: TV, movies, spectator sports. Now, before I dive into this, okay, let's list a few words that describe an attractive man. Okay, let's just list a few words that describes an attractive man, and these words are the opposite, okay, of what I just described. Words like competent, active, bold, confident, mysterious, daring, adventurous. These are words that demonstrate active energy. So men get into relationships and they sit and spend so much time with the woman that they're dating, and they don't understand how or why this is turning the woman off. When in reality, women, you have to understand this, they are energy receivers. They receive your energy, and what happens is they decide for themselves if they like what you are putting out or not. Okay, this is very important because when you speak, when you communicate, when you move, when you operate, you have an energy, you have an aura. She is going to decide for herself, because she is the selector. She will decide if that is the type of energy she wants to be around or not. So the things that make a man attractive: mysterious, competent, active, bold, daring, adventurous. You have to understand this right here. The man meets a woman, okay, and the man feels that quality time and bonding together, so they have a good relationship, the man feels like quality time and bonding equals sitting in front of her doing nothing. This is not good. This is going to be one of the fastest ways that you ruin your relationship almost forever. In fact, you will notice probably she gets bored. There's a certain level now of disrespect, and she doesn't look at you like a man's man like she once did. So listen to me closely. Nothing is more unattractive to a woman than a man sitting in stagnation and sitting in passiveness. He is sitting in passiveness doing nothing. He is becoming routine. She knows his personality. He is boring. So the things that you hear different couples say, like if you have a husband and a wife, or if you have a boyfriend and a girlfriend, okay, things that you're going to hear couples probably say is things like this. Oh, that's our favorite show. Our favorite show. You're going to hear this. You're going to hear things like our favorite team that we root for. That's our favorite team. Okay? Stick with me here. When you hear this, when you hear these things, okay, this is not only putting hers and your attention, okay? So this is not only putting her attention and your attention, for that matter, on someone else, but you have to think about this even deeper. Not only is this putting her attention and your attention on someone else, but as she is looking at the screen with you, she is seeing everything that you are not. Every man is and can only be who he is and what he is. You cannot be someone that you're not. Okay, you can't be me and I cannot be you. But when she is sitting there looking at that screen with you, she is seeing everything that you're not. This is very important because here's what you're going to find. Oftentimes sitting, watching someone else, okay, not only puts you in a state of passiveness, but here's what you have to understand. When she is seeing that you are sitting there with her, and she notices that whatever is going on the screen is everything that you are not, okay, oftentimes you are sitting there watching someone more handsome than you, more charming than you, who is also more successful than you. This is very important. And then, here's what happens. Most men wonder why her romantic desire faded. Most men sit there and wonder why her romantic desire faded. Okay? Your job as the man is to keep the relationship in the right energy. And that is going to require you to be active. That is going to require you to be in motion. That is going to require you to be leading and doing. This is so important. Now, when you start to see this for what it is, here's what you're going to see. The problem with modern men is that they trade romantic desire that was created by being adventurous, by even having space, okay, by space and uncertainty. They trade that for companionship and for consistency. As they do that, that same man sits back and then he wonders why she has no more genuine, intimate desire for him in that relationship anymore. If you have found yourself in that situation, if you have found yourself in that exact situation, you have to look at this for what it is. You are operating in the wrong energy. So when you tell yourself, I need leisure, I need to unwind, I want to lay there on the couch with her and not do anything, this is exactly what is going to lower her desire for you. So people may think that this video is unconventional. Okay, if you think that this video is unconventional, to that I would say yes, you are right, it is. Because a lot of people watch TV, a lot of people watch shows, but in my opinion, that is exactly why majority of people don't have the success in their dating life that they want. So I have said this before and I will say it again. As a man, you want and need to be the active, driving, in motion, masculine energy in her life when dating. Your words need to have the right emphasis. Your words need to be the main factor that has her attention, not what is up on the wall. This is so important to understand. The more you look at social media together, the more movies you sit and watch together, the more spectator sports that you sit there with her and you watch. Not only are you watching another man on his purpose simultaneously while you're not, but that man is probably more competent or smarter or makes more money or more successful. And that is who you are giving attention to. So not only are you watching another man on his purpose while you're not, but you are sitting there in a passive state. Her desire for you starts to decrease. So to make this even more clear, I want you to think about hypergamy if this was 1,000 years ago, where there is no, modern day houses and electricity, and you're just living in the wild, hoping to survive. In regards to hypergamy and survival, if you are a man sitting there doing nothing in passiveness or stagnant, you are now actually a liability. Because the future could be unpredictable with survival, where you should be actually doing things that will benefit both of you and to help that. So 1,000 years ago, a man had to move. Hey, we need to make sure we have enough food. Hey, we need to make sure we have enough shelter. Hey, we need to make sure we have enough resources. Doing, active. This is very important to understand. So this is why what you're going to notice is when you are watching TV, despite it feeling good, despite you guys, sitting there and cuddling, over time, this is where desire starts to decrease. So, this is what I want you to take away from this video. The one thing that I want you to take away from this video most would be this. If you actually sit down for a second and you take a look at your dating life, you can probably start to spot different things where things have went wrong, all by sitting there and realizing what energy state you are in and understanding the differences between the masculine and the feminine dynamic. And you will notice that each and every time, most likely when you slip into passiveness, you see a decrease in desire. And that right there is why I want you to truly look at your dating life from a new lens or from a new angle that you have never seen before. If you like this video, I want you to hit the like button. Join us inside of that community so that way I can help you learn, understand, and master the language of women. And we'll see you in the next one.